What's up, YouTube? It's Friday, April 17th, and I'm going to do a live trading today. I haven't looked at anything yet besides the fact that we are about to hit all-time highs on NQ. We hit it on ES, which is crazy. And that's this high right here I marked out. So let's go over our analysis and what we want to see. Again, haven't looked at anything else yet besides we're about to hit all-time highs. Okay, so obviously I want to keep saying we're so overextended we could literally retrace any time, which I still stand by, but recently we've been holding every 1 hour gap, sometimes not even retracing at all, and just going higher and higher. And because of this, there's not much reason to believe we do retrace unless we put in an SMT at all-time highs, which we currently have. That being said, I really expect NASDAQ to just take the all-time high because we're literally right there. So, what can we look for? Well, we have an unfilled 30-minute here. This is going to be our condition. If price wants to retrace and take us to all-time highs, that would be great. But if we take all-time highs, I would expect that we possibly either just keep going higher the entire day, which is definitely possible. That's definitely something that happens at all-time highs. Or we make my camera a little bit smaller. Or we just retrace to the 30-minute. So that 30-minute for me is kind of the condition. So I'm going to mark out everything on the left because the right is just for executing. The left is actually the NASDAQ. So 30-minute will be our condition. Let's go and turn on our sessions real quick. And our regular trading hours opening range gap. When we do open, we'll have that. Work high. Okay. It's already been retraced to. Yeah, so we have midpoint of this New York. And then we have true day open has not really been real mitigated, in my opinion. So that's something to note here. True day open kind of, we haven't done much damage below it. So that could be a PO3 target. If we decide to go that low, it's kind of crazy to ask for. But yeah, we're really looking at New York equilibrium, London low, and true day open, realistically. SMT at the highs on ES with all-time highs currently. Just mark that out for now. I doubt we edge all-time high due to this SMT. I just don't really see it happening, if I'm being honest. Dude, I hate how bright it is in here. Hold on, let me see if this does anything. See if that does. That's a little bit better. We'll just go with that then. Well, yeah. So I'm going to do some journaling before the market opens. But as far as where we are and what we have, I want this 30 minutes to be our condition. And I want clean entries to all-time highs if we get it. Don't want to be here to force anything. I want something clean. It was up huge yesterday. I don't need to ruin that by doing something stupid today. We're going to trade the Apex accounts aggressively. I have trade of 8 here. And then we've got this Lucid, which we're just simply practicing good risk management on this Lucid. That's what I've decided because I still have yet to adhere to a system for longer than a week. So what does that look like? 2 trades. And we're doing take partials at 1-to-1, going for 1-to-2. Or full take profit at 1-to-1. That's it. Nothing more. I don't want anything more. Don't need anything more. I just need consistency. So let's actually journal that. So what I do is I'll journal the day. Let's go with 4/17/26. And first I say what I think I'm going to do as far as a bad habit. What I think I'm going to do, or what I am expecting I might struggle with today. So for me today, I feel like I'm going to force a trade to all-time highs, if I'm being so for real. We do have SMT, but it's just trickier. I need to wait. So let's write that down. I feel like I'm going to force a trade to all-time highs without it even really being confirmed. Or even just high probability because we have the SMT. And then, so that's what I write before trading. And then what I do is I close that. And then when I'm done trading, I go back to it and I answer and I say what I did. And then I say if it resulted in a good win or a bad win or a good loss or a bad loss. So it just helps me be intentional before going into the market about practicing good habits. And then obviously I have stuff back here I can read. What do we have on that board back there? We've got think about how good it will feel to achieve consistent payouts. And then it says, why think? Just do it. And then the second one says, you have proved you can take A+ trades every time you wait. So just wait. Next one. FOMO is setting you back. It is the roadblock. And then the fourth one. Reflect on how you feel every day that you take completely unnecessary losses. Stop ruining your day. So that's just kind of a reminder going into every day. And lots of times I forget to read it, and that's part of the issue. But when I do, it's very helpful. So I do want to see this 30-minute condition. Okay. Equilibrium got hit. At this point, I wouldn't want to take anything without mitigating the 30 once it opens. Most likely. So what we're probably going to do is edge it until 9:30, which is in 3 minutes, market open, and so we'll have a form of LR here that it has not taken those lows. SMT out of that would actually be very ideal. Let's go look at ES right now, ES and YM, and see If we can get an SMT out of that 30, that would be pretty nice. So we get a 30-minute power of 3. Okay, so now, well, new 30-minute hasn't opened yet, so this is now moved down. This is now moved down. And yeah, let's just see if we can put in an SMT, ES or YM. Would add to my confidence in us going higher if we are able to do that and then get a strong CISD or inversion back up. Alright, we have 50 seconds. And then we will analyze. But yeah, I've been definitely looking into more as far as trading concepts. Like, obviously I want to be taking more than just inversions. There's no reason to limit myself when there's a great trade entry according to ICT concepts, but then not taking it because you're just limited to inversions. It should be mostly discretion plus other confluences. And also I've been looking into order flow stuff, which is just interesting. So that means like bookmap, things like that. Okay, so now we have that 30. See if it gets mitigated. ES has mitigated it, so it means we've SMT inside this gap. I would like a better one though. Okay, that's good. So it looks like we've mitigated it on everything besides ES. So YM and NQ have not yet ES. Okay, so we've SMT inside there. Now, if I were to take an inversion, we'd be looking at this. And then, but you know, I'm interested in CISDs more, you know? Like that close there. Going low risk on it though. Yep. Real low risk there. I guess I just had too much confidence in this SMT and then us just ripping straight to all-time highs. Wasn't a great trade, if I'm being honest, but again, it was low risk, so still holding that SMT. Now ES is going up, whereas M and Q is going down, which is interesting. But I'm gonna look for something real now. 30 minutes still my condition? Well, realistically not, because once we inverse the 30, then we still have unmitigated gaps right below, so it's like you would instead want to look at the 1 hour in this case. But that's just too much time to form a narrative off of closures. It's 30 seconds, not too bad. I'm gonna give it a stab. Go for 1 to 2 on this one. Go for 1 to 2. We'll go break even. Go break even rather quickly here. Go break even at this internal. I want to see us close through this high here. I want to see us do any of this, what we're doing right now. I want to see a good close to there, then I'll move my stop loss to break even. That's where we go break even. Now we're just going to let this run. We're going to take 2 off here. 2 off right there. And then we'll just manage the rest after that. Just take 2 there. And we're gonna hold the rest. Won't even have to take profit on the rest. We're just gonna let this run. We might get stopped here, but that's totally fine. We already got our already squeezed out some profits, so we're just gonna let this run. Hopefully we run all the way to all-time highs on this. That would be sick. I like the idea of taking partials at 1-to-1 and then from there on out, just if we get a good order block closure on this right here, I might get in on my Apex accounts. We'll see. If we get a good close above this high here, might enter on the Apex accounts, which I'll make sure to put up. Kind of failing to displace through this 15-second, which ideally would have happened by now. It's a really good reaction on that 1-minute candle. Sorry, 30-second candle. Doesn't mean much, but it's good. Want a strong closure up above, I'll get it on Apex, but don't really know for sure if we're going to get that. We are generating liquidity right now. Right here, kind of generating this LR. Still an S&P at the lows. Still an S&P here. With equal highs up there. Makes me think we're going to run this any second, but again, it's just, there's no telling for sure. We might be accumulating for a while, and then we might have 10 a.m. manipulate, and then we could finally distribute. We might accumulate here, drop lower, and then be able to target this here later on at 10. But, or we just go now, which would be nice, but we'll see. Just have to be patient. Might get in on the Apex here, and then I'm going to go break even as soon as we displace through those highs. Okay, that was kind of a dumb loss. There was no real reason to take that on Apex, if I'm being honest. These Apexes, I am trading more aggressively though, so I don't mind as much, but on Lucid, I wouldn't want to have taken something impulsive like that. But this 15-second here would be the one to send price higher. Yeah, I'm getting back in on Apex because that's more of an actual valid entry. In my opinion. So, just gonna trust this. Good, we should just splice through all of that. We still have not taken those highs on NQ. About to make triple equal highs here. We should run that. Genuinely should run that. And I gotta remember, like, we have SMT at all-time highs. Nothing is saying that we're guaranteed to go there. Nothing. So now we have quadruple equal highs. If we don't run this, then I wouldn't be very, very surprised, to say the least. Let's check the 15-minute, 5-minute. So really, our condition for all-time highs comes down to this 5-minute. I feel like we're going to re-manipulate this range one more time and then take the equal highs, unfortunately. Yeah. Like I just said. And now we're down more on the apex, unfortunately. I'm allowing one more trade on this eval. And one more on the apex. See these quad equal highs as something we can't just not look for now. We don't even have a first presented fair value gap since opening. Well, actually it's this one, so if we can inverse this first presented with SMT at the low, it'd be pretty ideal here. We don't currently have SMT. Now we do have SMT. SMT here. We have CISD. I'm going to go ahead and enter longs on everything. Go and sell to here. Our quadruple equal highs. We're gonna hold the rest. There. 1-to-1. It's our trade there. Like, there's no way we edge that. I can't. Quintuple equal highs at this point. I would just be shocked. Genuinely be shocked. There we go. There we go. Managing the apex well. On the apex, we are modest there. On the apex, we are pretty much we took off 2, and then I moved my stop loss to break even on the apex. So we were in 10, so 5 on one, 5 on the other. Took off, and yeah, so we have TMSO here, and we've done little to no damage above it. So I see that as something we're gonna spike towards in just a moment, especially if we can reverse on this order block here. And then, yeah, that should be Should be good there. Especially when we open at 10 a.m. We wick up. Even if we're going to distribute lower, that would make a lot of sense. Damn. It's an aggressive candle there. Alright, well, be done trading for the day. We're up on Lucid, down on Apex. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, so let's go over. I journaled. What did I journal? I said, feel like I'm going to force a trade 2 all-time highs without it really even being high probability. That first trade on Lucid, let's be honest, was that light bulb? No. Not at all. Did I still take it? Yeah. Apart from that, the rest of the day, or the rest of the session, I feel like I traded well and limited my trades. I'm done trading. I'm honestly happy with this, so I'm going to write I traded responsibly, ended up about break even. So yeah, done with that. Screenshot my trades. The first one being 30-second down here. We were targeting this. That second trade being this 30-second, getting in early. The SMT, targeting everything there. So yeah, got a good screenshot there. And we're good. Let me get one with the 1 minute chart as well. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. This is a pretty good trading day. Be back next week. And let's have a good week next week. Might do some sort of vlog or something over the weekend. I've been meaning to, but I haven't. I do a lot in my day-to-day life. I think it would be pretty sick. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching.